Heavenly Father, dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day, today, for the privilege of being in the land of the living. We ask that you bless everyone that's attending this meeting this morning, as well as those who are unable to attend. We thank you for the opportunity to come together to fellowship and to continue to press on for the work of Rotary. Heavenly Father, we also ask for your continued covering on our nation and the world as we battle on with this pandemic. Cover us and keep us safe. These we ask in your holy and precious name. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Next, we'll have a loyal toast by PP Jackie.
Good morning, fellow Rotarians and guests. Let us raise our glasses, coffee mugs, and a toast to the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
To the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Right now, I'd like to ask Secretary Akima to invite our guests. We have a number of guests in the building, a lot of Rotarians as well. So I'd like to turn it over to you to give them your formal welcome.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another Sunrise meeting. Thank you all for joining us. I would like to welcome PP Kimmy to our meeting this morning, as well as Rotarian Alicia Lates. Thank you for always joining us. We're happy to have you. You always bring an additional ray of sunshine to our meetings. We do have a few guests. I will leave it to Rotarians to introduce their guests. Thank you.
Thank you, Secretary Akima. I'd like to welcome my guest this morning, Duran Humes. Duran, say good morning. I wish you'd open your camera so they could see you, but we had a wonderful fireside chat, and Duran was one of the attendees, and he's very keen, a young man, very interested in joining Rotary. Also visiting is Alfredo Smith. Alfredo is guest of Yvonne, but as you know, Yvonne has her brother's funeral today, so I'm not sure that she'll be in attendance. But welcome, Alfredo and Duran. You will hear more about these two young men in short order. Back to you, Secretary Akimo.
Thank you, Donna. I do not see any other guests as I'm scanning the chat, but thank you all for joining us. And I hope you enjoy the rest of the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Secretary Akima. We will now ask Director Tanisha to share the raffle and prize for this morning.
Good morning, everyone. Here we go. So this morning, our raffle prize is a lovely cross pen. If you're not familiar with the brand, two of the words that best describe it would be innovative and flexible. And the innovative slide open technology is great for single hand operation. And you also have the flexibility in having a roller ball pen or ballpoint and a variety colors of inks when you refill the pen. So it comes in a premium gift box, great for display and placement. The tickets this morning will be 1 for $5 or 3 for $10, and you can purchase your tickets by getting inside the chat. Please support the raffle. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Tanisha. Also, I think Akima, Secretary Akima, there was a guest that just got invited. Probably would like to.
Sorry, I know I missed the guest speaker, William. Sorry. Welcome to the meeting. He was here early. Thank you very much for joining us. I look forward to your presentation.
Okay. There's also a new Devard Thompson. I think he's in
a Rotary.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. All right, we'll now have our jokes and finds this morning by Sergeant of Arms Kendrick.
Good morning, fellow Rotarians. Hope all is well. So we have a few fines this morning. People say I hold grudges. So last week, I paid for the raffle last week, and at the very last second, my name was added, and I didn't win. So I feel as though Tanisha should get a $3 fine this morning for that.
That's fair.
That's fair. Okay. Who else should we fine? How's everyone doing today? Everyone's good? Y'all just be scared to talk. I can find y'all if y'all talk, man. Don F, last meeting during the breakout session, you mentioned that you still can't swim. Have you learned how to swim between last week and today, Don F? Just a quick question.
Is it the truth?
The truth, yeah.
No, I haven't.
I have a strong
learned in such
feeling.
a short time.
I have a strong feeling by the end of this Rotary year, you'll learn how to swim. Because I'm going to give you a $5 fine for not being able to swim. It's Nassau. You're surrounded by a lot of water. You should be able to swim. Okay.
All right, no problem.
So just $5. That's okay. You'll be all right.
Yes, Sarge.
And Akima, for forgetting a guest. It's too early in the morning for that. Give me $5 for that. $5 for that. Okay. That's okay.
But I didn't forget, he came in a little after the welcome.
You're supposed to be on the ball. Akima, you're supposed to be on the ball.
Okay, I can take that. That's
How long you
fine.
been doing this? All right. And then that's it for fines, Mr. President. So we have I know last year, we had a big unemployment issue last year. Some of you may remember. And there was this interview with like 200 candidates, and they only had one slot, so there could only be one successful candidate. And the interviewer goes into the interview, and the interviewer asks him a few questions. The first question is, when is the Bahamas Independence Day? So he says, July 10, 1973. So she said, okay, who would you consider the father of the nation? So he said, there were so many great men, I can't choose one, so many great men. And then she said, what would you suggest the prime minister do about this COVID situation? And he said, the prime minister has a select committee to figure out this COVID thing, and I believe that he should follow the instructions from his committee. So the interviewer thought his answers were good, and she gave him one suggestion. She said, when he walks out of the interview, don't tell anyone the answers or the questions, because it's the same questions. Don't tell anyone. So as soon as he gets to the interview, someone approaches him and they're like, listen, I need this job. Please tell me, what the questions are. And the guy said,
Yeah.
no. Oh, gee. Yeah, so Sharon, that's a $5 fine, okay?
$10 fine, man.
You interrupt my sweet jokes, Sarah, yeah, 10. All right. So anyway, the guy walks to the interview and the guy says, tell me the answers to the questions. What are they asking you? And the guy said, I can't tell you the questions, but I'll tell you the answers. So he gives them answers. The first answer is July 10, 1973. Many fathers, you can't just pick one. And the prime minister has a COVID committee, right? So the guy goes into the interview, and the interviewer, first question, she looks on his application and she says, when were you born? And the guy said, July 10, 1973. So she looked on his application again. She said, what's your father's name? And he said, there were so many great men involved. Who am I to choose one man? And then she said, are you okay? He said, well, the prime minister has a committee to determine that. So we'll allow him to consult his committee. And that's it, Mr. President. I feel as though my joke lost its flair because of the interruption, but that's okay.
$3 fine. Oh.
Sarge, I need to find you for these Google jokes, man. We gotta come better with the jokes. Stop downloading these jokes from Google.
Okay, $5 fine. I accept it. $5 fine. $5 fine.
All right. All right. I'll ask Director Tanisha to come and give us with the birthdays and the anniversaries for this morning, and instead of Director Quinn, who's unable to be here this morning.
Good morning again, everyone. Since we would have last met, we had a few persons that would have celebrated anniversaries. They are Father Jimmy Palacios, better known as Father P, Rona Astwood, and celebrating their Rotary anniversary on July 31st would be Barry Smith. So we say congratulations to you all. And there's also a special mention of Father P's anniversary. I think it's 40 years. I hope I got that correct. Congratulations. Back to you, President.
Thank you, Director Alicia. Just wanted to also make note that 2 other guests that came in. I want to highlight them. I want to make sure our persons get the recognition. Keith Roy came in. Also, Vanessa Colby. Welcome to you guys to Rotary Club Nasa Sunrise this morning. Hope you enjoy today's program.
Morning, thank you very much.
You're welcome. We'll now have our Rotary Minute by Rotarian Leon Williams.
Good morning, Sunrise. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, this morning's Rotary Minute, we'll be speaking about the Rotary Wheel album. A wheel has been the symbol of Rotary since our earliest days. The first design was made by Chicago Rotarian Montague Beer, an engraver who drew a simple wheel, wagon wheel, with a few lines to show dust and motion. The wheel was said to illustrate civilization and movement. Most of the early clubs had some form of wagon wheel on their publications and letterheads. Finally, in 1922, it was decided that all Rotary clubs should adopt a single design as the exclusive album of Rotarians. Thus, in 1923, the present gear wheel with 24 cogs and 6 spokes was adopted by the Rotary International Association. A group of engineers advised that the geared wheel was mechanically unsound and would not work without a keyway in the center of the gear to attach it to the power shaft. So, in 1923, the keyway was added, and the design which we now know was formally adopted as the official Rotary International album. The source for this is 50 Things Every Rotarian Should Know About Rotary by Steve Garrett, District Governor, 1994 to 1995. There you have it, Sunrises, our Rotary moment of the day. Thank you.
Thank you, Rotarian Leon. I hope we have learned something this morning about the Rotary Wheel. It's very, and how it came into our program, our club. I also like to ask, you have any announcements this morning? New Rotarians with any announcements? I just would like to highlight that we will be giving donations to the primary school of Willard Pattern this morning. There's our contributions for continued support of the school and their summer program. Myself and Director Kemi and a few others, the Director Patrick will be there this morning to give a donation to the school and their summer program, especially the autistic program for Willard Pattern. So that is maybe on the announcements. Are there any announcements? I know.
Can I?
Go ahead.
You wouldn't even give me a chance, President, but anyhow, so let me, so as President Simmons mentioned, this morning we're going to be giving a donation to Willard Pattern. As you know, our club has graciously adopted Willard Pattern, and we've been doing quite a few projects with them over the past few years. So since we cannot do too much with them in present because of COVID restrictions, we do intend to give a donation of $500 to the school today to support some of their lifelong programs. So because of COVID restrictions, as President mentioned, we already have 3 persons. So we're trying to limit our presence to about 5. So if there's anyone else who's available today about noon and wishes to come along for the presentation, please let me know. First come, first serve, if we are limiting our presence there. Secondly, I had a nice conversation with Commonwealth Brewery last night. I had mentioned in our last meeting that we are graciously working with them to have a cleanup campaign. So the tentative plans are, one thing with Commonwealth Brewery, I must admit, when they do things in style. So the plan is either assemble at Montague or at the beach near Avery's on the 14th of August to do a beach cleanup. And the plans, I must say, I'm very much impressed. They plan to have a nice catered breakfast for us. You clean up the beach, you sit down, you sip on wine. So it's both a cleanup and a social with us, with Commonwealth Brewery, the Rotaractors, and as well with Rotary Club of East Nassau. So sign up sheet for that will be coming out very shortly. Again, first come, first serve. And last announcement, I would have mentioned a few weeks ago that we had spoken to Lend a Hand about supporting them with their summer art project, where they're going to paint a mural in one of our historic inner city parks. Despite the COVID restrictions, we're working on getting them approval so that project can kick off within the next week or 2. So if you have a flair for art, you like kids, you like to paint, let me know, and we're going to see how we can support them, not just with a donation, but actually going out there and participating in the project with the kids and actually change people's lives. So with that, President, I pass it back to you. In terms of fines, even though none of you are Nassau people concerned anyhow, so I don't see why that fine for Donette is so exceptional. I must say, I worked so hard on this nice script to prepare to talk about this car that we're giving away for our golf tournament. So I must say, for both PP, Sophie, and Kendrick, I am disappointed you all didn't record my video. So you all should both get a fine for that. That's all I can say.
Okay.
Okay, so seeing that we have a new sergeant at arms, Kimmy Jones. I wasn't aware we had a new sergeant at arms to get fined. So I'm gonna fine Kimmy $5 for that.
I don't mind once I get my video. That's all. I'm just saying I gotta get my video.
I'd like to fine him as well for mispronunciation of my name. It's Sophia. So that's a fine. President Simmons, I do have an announcement, and that is, of course, again, Mr. Jones preempted me in a little bit. So he should get a double fine, Kenny, I think. As you know, the golf tournament is on. Yay, no lockdowns. Yay, it has not affected us. Yay. So we are scheduled to have our second golf tournament, charity golf tournament on August 7th at the Royal Blue Golf Course. We are full to capacity. In fact, we might even be a little bit over the numbers that we are allowed to have. We could only have 40 players. And so we are there and a little bit over, but we have to get that number down to 40. And I know Doneth is working hard on getting that number to the finite 40 players. It's exclusive, and it's exclusive for a reason. As Kemi mentioned, we are not giving away. There is a hole-in-one prize of a 2021 Mercedes-Benz on hole number 12. And that's a hole-in-one prize. We also have hole-in-one prizes from 2 other corporate sponsors. We want to thank past President Bill for one of those hole-in-one prizes, and President Therese's company for another hole-in-one prize. And so we also have another one of our own Rotarians who wishes to remain anonymous at this time, who's also sponsoring a number of prizes for golfers. So if you do not win the car, because Leah Carla has indicated that the car is hers, she's gonna have to fight with PDG Felix and myself for that hole-in-one car. But there are other prizes that you can win that are golf clubs, putters, really, really good prizes that you can take away. Our former Rotarian we're gonna try to convince him to get back into this club, Lenny, has also given us gift certificates for SLS for dinner. I mean, there's so much wonderful prizes. As you know, CBL, Commonwealth Brewery, is giving us wine. Apparently they have a lot of wine, eh? Duh. But they're giving us wine for every player. They're also giving us gift baskets for the winners. We have trophies. This is going to be one of the best events Rotary Club of Nassau Sunrise has ever put on. And it's only because we have partnered with a number of corporate partners, and they have come through for us. I also wish to take this opportunity to thank the committee for doing a fantastic job of reaching out, going above and beyond, above service above self, to make sure some things have gotten done. And so we're very proud of the work that, I'm very proud of the work that they've done. And you ought to be proud of the work that this club, this committee, this golf committee has done in such a short period of time. And so on the 7th of August, we will have an event. Stay tuned, because we might have another event, but in about 6 months as a result of this golf tournament. So yes, it's on, and we, according to our treasurer, we are set to really get some wonderful profits that will be able to make some things happen as far as community service for the club this year. So again, thank you, all of you who have participated, who've registered, those of you who've sort of taken the back seat. It's okay. You have another opportunity next time to come forward and really make a difference in the lives of those who we serve. Thank you, Mr. President.
Sarge, please find past president for that speech. He thought you was the guest speaker.
I'd like to invite P. Donoff to give another announcement. She has another announcement.
Thank you, President. Thank you, President Harris. Good morning again, Rotarians. As you know, August is a membership month. And last week I explained that we have some programs that we planned for August. And one of them is to share your Rotary story. So I'd like all of you, especially our longtime members, charter members, to go to rotary.org and share your Rotary story. We have some great storytellers and poem writers here in the club, and we'd like to showcase Nassau Sunrise on the Rotary website. So you're going to go to this website and you're going to go to the Rotary story, and you share your story, why you joined Rotary and why you stayed. For those of us who are not savvy and don't want to go onto the website, but you are in social media, you can use your WhatsApp status update and your Facebook page or Instagram page. Share your Rotary story, share a project, a picture of your favorite project with hashtag Rotary story. And so there'll be some incentives for you to do that. Also, a tentative date has been set, August 22nd, for Sail Away Fun in the Sun. We will keep you informed as to whether or not we'll be able to pull off this event given this COVID surge. But please note that date, August 22nd, a tentative date for our Sail Away. And finally, remember, we're on our Each One Bring One campaign. So next week, please invite a guest. We will kick off the membership month with some Rotarians who will share their whys, and they'll share exactly why they joined Rotary and why they have stayed. And so we have some fun programs planned for August. Make sure you don't miss any of the meetings. All right, thank you.
Thank you, P. Donoff. Are there any other announcements before I move ahead? If there are none, I will turn it over to our Rotarian, our Director Simone, to introduce our guest speaker for this morning.
Sorry, President Simmons, I just have one more request of the sergeant, and that is if he can please find Devaldo Green Devaldo walked past my gallery yesterday and I was trying to wave at him and he didn't even look in my direction. So I think he should get fined for that. Thank you.
Oh, no, that's unacceptable. We will deal with that.
Start hold a minute. That's a subtle way to advertise.
And Devaldo said he can defend himself if he wants to. All right. I will turn it over to Director Simone to introduce our guest for this morning.
Thank you, President Perez. It's my pleasure to introduce William Innes, who is a telecommunications professional with over 17 years of end-to-end logistics, sales, project, general, and regional management experience in the Caribbean, Central American, and South Pacific region. He successfully launched and managed distribution businesses, which provide services to Digicel in Anguilla, Dominica, Guyana, Turks and Caicos, the Kingdom of Tonga, and the Republic of Fiji. He has served in operations and general management roles in Papua New Guinea and Turks and Caicos. He currently works with Telecom Solutions Limited, providing mobile handset and electronic airtime distribution services to 2 telecom service providers, Flow and Digicel, in the Cayman Islands and Turks and Caicos Islands. William is a passionate Rotarian who serves the community. As a member of the Rotary Club of Central Cayman Islands, he is a past chairman and standing committee member of the annual Rotary Science Fair, which encourages 150 young people to pursue careers in STEM, competing for over $20,000 US in prizes every year. He serves Junior Achievement Cayman Islands as director, helping to inspire and prepare young people to succeed in a global economy. William was elected as the youngest president of the Rotary Club of Central Cayman Islands for the term 2018-2019, where funds raised for some 50 community projects were in excess of US dollars, $285,000 US. William serves Rotary International District 7020 as District Public Chair 2019 to 2022. In 2019, he was a recipient of the Rotary Foundation District Service Award that honors Rotarians who are making a difference through the Foundation's programs. He now also serves as Rotary International Zone 34 as Assistant Rotary Public Image Coordinator 2019 to 2022, with responsibility for District 7020, Northern Caribbean, 7030, Southern Caribbean, and 7000, Puerto Rico. He is a benefactor, major donor, multiple Paul Harris Fellow, Paul Harris Society, and Bequest Society member of the Rotary Foundation. It is with great pleasure that we warmly welcome William Innes, who will share with us Rotary public image best practices in branding. Welcome, William.
Thank you very much, Return Simone. President Perez, good morning. Rotary Club of
Sunrise.
Nassau Sunrise, that's right. I hopefully I didn't say East before that. Nassau Sunrise, good morning. I'm so happy to be here with you. Typically, I don't do morning meetings for Rotary clubs. I'm a creature of the evening when it comes to Rotary. My club in Cayman Islands is an evening club. I can't quite get up early enough, but because I'm in Spain, it's around 1:30 now. I can attend. So thank you for having me to present to you on public image. I also wanted to note that the little Rotary Minute that we had earlier on was talking about our Rotary Wheel, which is really, really cool. I find that interesting whenever I listen to the history of things. And it definitely sounds Rotarian-like that, everybody would agree on a wheel, and then a small group within Rotary would be, excuse me, this needs to be fixed. So I'm glad to see that there's participation and there's feedback from Rotarians that allows us to proceed with our public image and branding. So we'll begin now. If I can have the ability to share the screen, please, because it's not allowing me to do that while I'm biding time here. Host disabled participant screen sharing. If you can make me a host or a co-host, that would be all I need. There we go. share sound. Desktop 2. Perfect. Can you all see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Sweet. Thank you.
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Lovely. Thank you. One moment. Put that away. All right. Well, of course, whenever I speak to Rotary leaders about our public image, there's like a few core important things I want to get across. And I'm not sure if anybody attended PETS that was here. Obviously, the president and secretary should have. This is a similar presentation that I gave them. And I want to make sure that every Rotarian knows about these things, because there's a lot of information at PETS. And this information is core and key to success of Rotary. So I want to make sure that this information is available to you. And of course, the importance of our brand, best practices of public image, how to tell your club's Rotary story, which I'm glad to hear you guys are doing. And of course, the tools and resources that are available to you. So the importance of brand. People's perception of Rotary and Rotaract comes from their experiences with our clubs and programs, along with the stories that we tell and the images that we share. Compelling, consistent brand communications together with a great experience can strengthen our brand and help us to engage and attract more members, donors, and partners. We as Rotarians and Rotaractors need to be brand ambassadors for our brand. We need to promote the public image of our brands and preserve our Rotary and Rotaract logo. So this year, then RI President Holger Nack and RI President currently, Shakir Mehta, issued a joint letter to the Rotary world calling on all clubs and districts to embrace the logo. And I'm going to read this part of this letter. It says, their joint letter said, over the next several months, we'll ask Rotary, Rotaract, and Interact clubs to update their logos to align with our brand and standards. This means using the template in the brand center to create a club logo and then using it consistently, like on club websites, social media accounts, and signage, to name a few. We understand that updating a logo might not seem to be a very high priority, especially during a pandemic. But look at it this way. With so many of our clubs supporting their communities during this health crisis, consistently using a unified brand signals to the public, including potential members and donors, that local clubs are supporting the community and those clubs are part of the global Rotary network. It establishes trust in our organization and our members, end quote.
So come on and tickety check yourself before you wreck yourself. Check. You better check yourself before you wreck yourself.
So you may be aware of a kind of a joke that we've been doing for the past couple of years, the Rotary Police. There is no such thing, but when it comes to public image, we do want to ensure that we have our brand accurate. And again, that keyhole shows up here when someone's got a tattoo on their arm. They missed that the keyhole needs to be upright. So that's a bit nitpicky, but you want to be accurate whenever you're doing things like this. Now, of course, when we're updating our logo and our brand, we're not asking you necessarily to, if something is good and already has the old logo on it, to replace it. But when you do replace, or when you do need to update things, you want to make sure you use the correct brand. So that's the priority number one, is use the correct brand when you're actually spending that hard fought dollar that you want to spend on your public image. And whenever it comes to online things like advertisements or promoting there's a new guest speaker, all of those are online. So you shouldn't be using any old Rotary logos for that. It needs to be the new ones. So whenever there is an issue, I'd like to, privately talk to the person, help them out and give them all the tools that they need. So if you ever need help, I'm happy to help you with making sure you use the correct logo on anything you're doing. It takes 2 seconds for you to send a picture saying, is this okay? And I say yes or no, and guide you if you need help. All right, so that video just gave some examples of what not to do. So the number one tip, which I want you to remember, is don't modify or change our logos in any way. Don't try to create your own or search on Google for a new logo. We have all the tools that you need to help you, okay? And of course, as was mentioned a little bit earlier, that the logo was updated. And you can see in 2015, that was what it was on the left. And now the new, it's no longer new, it's our brand. We're switched to the gold and blue legacy Rotary logo. And now it's the new one on the right. Of course, on the brand center, Rotarians can actually create any logo they like using the following format. You can do for your club, for your district, for your zone, for another Rotary club. If you're going to be doing branding with another Rotary club, if you have a guest speaker from one, you can create the logos and use those from the brand center. And these are some examples of the things you can create on the brand center. In the bottom right, Rotary Works is a Zone 34 initiative to help find employment for Rotarians and to help also provide resources for Rotarians in starting their own businesses as well. And Rotary Works is a brand that you can see on the right is what you call a lockup. You have our Rotary brand on the left, a line, and then you have the partner. So this could be any sort of other external partner within Rotary, or it can be a Rotary program as well, such as RILA, anything else you can put on the other side. And that's the partnership lockup. And my cheat sheet for public image shares for Rotarians is just, you don't need to look any further than our own district website, 7020.org, 7020.org. And here you can find the Zone 34 resources, the brand center links, the voice and visual identity guidelines, the RI theme and logos, including the new 7 areas of focus, which you can see on the right of the screen, the district logos, and actually Rotaract district logos. A lot of the legacy stuff I've kept there. I want to have the history available to Rotarians and Rotaractors alike to see the evolution of their different logos that they had that are special. But most importantly, that they no longer feature the Rotary wheel. Anytime you're doing a logo, it needs to be the partnership lockup. And of course, you don't have to remember all the rules, but we just want to give you a few pointers of what not to do or improper logo use. And you can see that on your screen. Don't use the mark of excellence as a 0 in anything. That's not appropriate. Don't modify or change it. And definitely don't include it in any sort of other branding. Again, don't change any colors or fonts. Just try and keep it all existing brand. We don't want to change anything. And anything you try to do with the Rotary brand or logo that is cute or interesting, unfortunately, is not allowed. So please help us to preserve our brand and don't modify it in any way. All right, on to best practices. For your club, I'm not going to go into too much detail on this. I just want to briefly say that public image is a lot to do for a club, and this is a large club as well. Glad to see around 41 members on board today for the call. You should have a public relations person, for someone who does photography and video, someone who deals with website and technology, social media, and the newsletter. If you do that, it's pretty important. You want to split up the work and have a team that does it. And this is an example of what people should be doing in your club. So we want to make sure that you have support for your public image team. And of course, really everyone who's a Rotarian in your club is responsible for public image. So if you see something you know that's not right, try and correct your fellow Rotarian in a friendly way. We're just trying to have the correct brand. And if you're not competing already, I would recommend that you do for the public image citation, the Zone 34. We have changed some things versus previous years. What we're doing now is an online form. I think there are 3 of them that I've emailed out to the district already. Essentially, we want you to tell us who your team is for your public image, help you do your audit. We help you with creating a content calendar, as well as providing you great resources throughout the year to be able to accomplish a successful year in public image. So definitely participate in the public image citation. And let's go on to telling your club story. Now, a lot of the video. We have done a lot of information on how to tell your club story with video and other things such as that. There's resources on our website for Zone 34. I want to get into a little bit more on the social media side of things, and I'll first start off with hashtags. Now, many Rotarians share the same sentiment as me on this slide. I'm so old, I remember when a hashtag was called a pound sign. And then, of course, we played tic-tac-toe on it. So if you know what a hashtag is, guys, if you know the hashtags that you like, can you please share it in the chat for me right now? Just give me, it may not even be Rotary related. It could be something to do with your business or family, but if you have a hashtag, I'd love to hear what they are. Please put them in the chat and I'll check those out after the meeting. But of course, you have to think of hashtags as a way to connect social media content to a specific topic, an event, for example, like your golf event, or a theme or conversation. It also makes it a lot easier to discover posts about these specific topics because hashtags aggregate all the social media content with the same hashtag. And so they're a very effective way to learn more about a particular topic, for example. So the basics of hashtags is that they always start with the pound or the hash, but they won't work if you use spaces or any punctuation in them or any symbols. So make sure that your accounts obviously are on public so that people can then search and find that information. One of the ones that we use in the district, certainly in our district, in our zone, is hashtag Rotary Shares. So I follow Rotary Shares and I see all the things that people in our zone are posting, which is pretty cool. So you can follow that hashtag, for example, as you can see in the screen above you or in front of you. Try to make sure you don't use too many words together. You want to keep hashtags relatively short and easy to remember. And also maybe keep it to maybe 3 to 5 at most. You don't want to have too many more than that. Otherwise, it kind of looks spammy. So these are some of the recommended hashtags for your use in your year. And I believe PDG Felix had a hashtag for his year as district governor. Remember that was, I think, when hashtags really became a thing and we wanted to make sure we had one. Well, PDG Felix, do you remember what your hashtag was?
No.
What? I remember you had one.
we had one, and in fact, it was developed over drinks in Cayman.
Exactly. That's why I heard the story about how the hashtag came about. But yes, Rotary Responds, Rotary Shares, Serve to Change Lives, District 7020. Obviously, you can hashtag your club name as well, and People of Action as well. I want to talk quickly about Canva, not only because it's a great public image tool for your club, but also for your own business. One of the things that I found very helpful in my Rotary career is that everything I kind of learned in public image and things that I apply in the boardroom and other things in my life, I've come to realize can be helpful in other areas. So I taught myself how to use Canva and do public image things, and I was able to do that for my business as well. So if you don't know what Canva is, it's a online graphic design platform that allows you to create social media graphics, presentations, posters, documents, and other visual content. You can do it on your website. There's also an application on your phone, and it's a really, really cool tool. You can create teams, you can share templates, add comments, and you can also pass on your credentials to the future public image chair. So they have access to the templates, what you did in the past, and they can modify and build on something rather than just start from scratch. Teams make it really easy to design things together. And in fact, I'll show you a little bit later on how to join our team on the Zone Public Image team on Zone 34 on Canva. You can apply textures and other designs. You can crop images. One of the things I thought was interesting is, you know, those profile pictures of people, how they have, there's nothing behind them. Like they just have the image of the person and nothing else. This is one of the things that you can do with with Canva is what they call a background remover. Now, this image is of, well, now immediate past president of the Rotary Club of Blue Cayman Islands, Alana. She's given me permission to use this, a picture of her, and you click on background remover and magically the background disappears and it's just the image. And why is that important? Because with this image now you can overlay on other things like video, for example, in Canva. So of course she's out partying as usual. But that's how you would use a background remover. And these are just examples of the sorts of tools that are available to you within Canva. So you can do things like presentations. And in fact, this entire presentation that you're seeing now is on Canva. I'm using Canva to do this presentation. You can create Zoom backgrounds. If you are not familiar with how to do that, I'm going to show you. It's pretty easy. You can even create tickets to different events, menus and other things of that nature. You can do video up to 30 seconds set to sound. You can create t-shirt designs. I've created my Rotarian at Play t-shirt with that. You can do maps and other things as well. One of the great things is that you can create your brand kit in Canva as well by adding the Rotary color palettes, which include the Rotaract cranberry colors as well. So these images, these colors, you can make it available within the team as well. You can have the brand kit where you have all the different logos. You just keep them there, and then when you're creating things, you can just overlay it over whatever you're doing. And if you join our team, you should be able to have access to these things as well, the fonts and the colors. So I just want to briefly show you, there's loads of ways to learn how to use Canva. It's not very difficult, but if you want to learn how to use Canva, they have an amazing sort of school, which you can see here. You can search through graphic design or social media. And like I mentioned to you earlier, if you wanted to create a Zoom background, this is how you do it. So it's a fun and easy way to learn. I'd recommend you check out that. Loads of designs, thousands of templates that are available for you to just do about anything, really. You just need to start to explore. So I'll quickly give you an example. I typed in volunteer on the templates. And this is what I found, a nice, basic flyer. And then when we change it to the Rotary colors, the fonts, and the message, this is what we get. It looks like something that Rotary International produced. This is a very important tool for you to be aware of. And best of all, it's free. So this is, again, you can have access to those designs, whether it's on your computer or on your phone, which makes it really convenient to post on social media. And the other thing too that Canva allows you to do is to create QR codes. If you're not familiar with QR codes, it allows you to essentially use a camera on your phone. You point it at that QR code, and it will then allow you to do something. It takes you to a website or allows you to save a person's contact information. So I'd like you to do, if you're interested in joining our team on Canva, if you already have a Canva account, just open your camera on your phone and just point it at that QR code on your screen, and it will take you to join our team. If you need a little bit more time afterwards, I can put in the link for you. It's rotaryshares.org/Canva, and that will take you to the team as well. So tools and resources that are available to you and your public image teams. Of course, the Zone 34 district and district public image teams, we've collaborated and set up a great toolkit that will assist you, and that's available on rotaryshares.org/toolkit. These are some of the things that are available to you. But again, I think all you really need is 7020.org. Our own website kind of contains all of this information, but allows you to go on to learn more with our past webinars. So typically there's about every month, Zone 34 does webinars, and you can learn so much about how to use Canva in depth, how to celebrate World Polio Day, which is coming up. You have things on the boot camp for public image team members and how to use video within Rotary. So this is a great way to learn more about these different topics. And if you have a topic you'd like to learn about, please feel free to put it in the chat as well. I'd love to give some feedback to our team to create more content for you. So in wrapping up, if you are confused, don't worry. That's why districts and zones have experts on complicated areas such as membership, the Rotary Foundation, and of course, public image. And I am available to assist you as your district public image chair, to support you, to make sure you're successful. And again, you know how to use a QR code. That's my contact information. Just open your camera. My contact information should pop up on the top of your phone. Feel free to reach out, send me an email or a message on WhatsApp, and we'll get you sorted with whatever questions you have. And last but not least, if I don't know it, one of these other people will. These are my teammates on Zone 34 Public Image Coordinator. We have Kirk, Kim, and of course my boss, PDG Marshall. And with that, that's it for my presentation. If you have any questions, I'd love to take them now. And thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to address your club today.
Thank you, William. Are there any questions for William? If not, I will ask Director Simone to give a vote of thanks this morning.
Thank you. Once again, we want to say a very special thank you to William for such an amazing presentation outlining the best practices of branding for Rotary. This is critical because your brand is everything. Your brand is your voice, and consistency and standards reflect the organization in our branding. And so we really appreciate the resources, your expertise, and certainly not having to wake up early this morning was certainly a plus, but we do welcome you to come back at any time to our club and present to us. This has really been very helpful, especially for me. So my part in this is strategic, as I'm responsible for public image for this club. So I appreciate the presentation all the more. Thank you once again.
Absolutely delighted. Thank you guys for having me.
All right. Thank you, PP Williams. I greatly appreciate your presentation this morning. We will now have the drawing for raffle prize, Director Tanisha.
Good morning again, everyone. Here we go. Let's see. That's the screen I want.
Anyone else want to on raffle prize? Last call, I guess, on this one.
Okay, so we're going to shuffle. Shuffle. Here we go. Congratulations, Melanie.
Congratulations, Melanie. All right. Go ahead.
Say thank you. Back to you.
We'll now have a four-way test by Rotary and Lovell.
Of the things that we think, say, or do, is it the truth?
Is it true? Is it true?
Is it fair to all concerned?
Is it
Build goodwill and better friendship.
Goodwill and better friendship.
Will it be better? Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Will it be
beneficial
to all concerned?
And the final toast, Rotary Dino.
Good morning, Rotarians and guests. I invite you all to raise your glasses with me as we toast Rotary around the world.
Rotary
around the
world.
We do have a fellowship for another 10-15 minutes after. You're welcome to stay on the Zoom call. Have to leave. You do so. But however, we do have a fellowship for another 10-15 minutes after the meeting. So you're welcome to come to stay along. Thank you everyone for coming and enjoy the rest of your day. And like Mike on a last poll for. Go ahead, Cresswell. Yeah, all right, sorry. We have 2 other spots for the presentation to Willard Pattern this morning. You can reach out to myself or Director Kemi, and we'll be happy to meet you to join us this morning. All right, have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your day, everyone. Thank you.
Sorry. Okay.
Morning, guys.
Good morning. Great meeting, President Therese.
Thank you. Hope we all learned something from the branding this morning. It was pretty cool. I've heard the message a few times already, but I want to make sure that the club was able to hear.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've heard it before.
I've been able to see that one as well.
Yeah.
But it was good. It's a good presentation.
Cool.
What I wanted to ask him was about the I don't know if you saw the reveal that was in the president and secretary chat, the gold one, the gold with the thumbs up. You remember that one, the newest one?
I remember that one, yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to ask him if that was a proper use of the logo, but I saw some persons going back and forth with that too.
Yeah, and also they our current logo, they took out the wheel out of it, right? If you know the initial one, the serve to change lives. In the hand section, there was the rotary wheel in it. They took that out. I want to know why they did that as well too. That's strange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried to determine if this is a room or
Sorry?
I trying to determine if this is a room or these just, I think it's just persons who did select to be inside a room. Because everybody else looks like they, yeah, for those that stayed behind.
Okay, that's cool.
So y'all are meeting at the pattern for 12 o'clock?
Yeah. I actually just got the check from Karen a moment ago. So we should be good to go.
Y'all using the big check from the Hilton?
I think Patrick would have gotten it. I'll confirm with him this morning. I think he would have gotten it and written the amount on there.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
You able to make rounds to join other rooms? You can't do that.
I don't even know how to do that.
Maybe only I could do it if I started it.
Yeah, I don't know. Let me see.
Room 4 is a big room. They have Cresswell, Felix, Kenny, Mario, Shara, and Simone.
What I don't like is the constant I don't know how we can mute people as they come in, because sometimes people you know.
Yeah, I try to manage it. I don't want to select mute all because I might end up some new. So I try to just keep doing them as they come in.
Yeah, I don't know why. You know, and we have one culprit who does it quite frequently.
Yeah, when they join it, they should join without
Yeah.
without a mic.
No, but she just joined without the mic. She's joined with a mute, but then she just take it off mute. I don't understand. Oh, I don't understand that one. It's weird.
All right, let me stop by these rooms to say good morning.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'll join. I think I could join. Let me see if I could join. No,
It should only be 3 rooms, 1, 3, and 4.
Okay. I go in 4. Let me see what's happening there.
Okay.
No. Have a great day.
Thank you.
All righty. Enjoy.